Fuck me. Yo, YouTube reacting to Introverts. How did you meet your girlfriend? I just saw this shit on my recommendation. I'm kind of interested to see what people gotta say.
Meet your girlfriend. Story 1. She came over to me in a coffee shop while she was on vacation in my country to ask how to tip. We ended up having a 2-hour conversation and then an amazing 5-hour lunch 2 days later. She complained about her hostel and I offered my spare bedroom. She accepted. Nothing happened, although it seems fairly crystal clear in retrospect that we were falling for each other. Duh. I didn't want to be scummy and make her feel uncomfortable under my roof, so putting the moves on her was not something I seriously considered.
Yeah, no
2
lie,
nights
nah,
later,
for
I
sure.
had been gone most of the night on a work assignment, and I asked if she would please watch and walk my dog in my absence. I came home at 5 a.m. and was greeted by my suddenly very soft, very fluffy dog. She had somehow understood, "Will you please wash my dog?" and apparently didn't find that a strange request at all. The next evening, after we'd been talking over a bottle of wine for hours, it seemed she'd had enough of my apparent indecisiveness. She took the wine glass out of my hand, put it down, and leaned in for a kiss.
Oh.
That was 26 years ago. We've been married for 23. Story 2. On the Greyhound. During my time in the Army, I was stationed at Fort Eustis, Virginia. On my way home, Denver, Colorado at the time, for Christmas, I saw her sitting across from me and slightly behind me. Honestly, I didn't pay much attention to her at first, but my buddy seated next to her did. After getting shot down repeatedly for the next day and a half, he finally got off the bus. Shortly thereafter, she came over and sat next to me, and we started talking. After that, we got split up, put on different buses, and I kicked myself for not getting her number. Then the bus stopped in St. Louis.
Now you saw it, gang.
There she was, standing right in the entrance, almost like she was waiting for me. If my bus had arrived 15 minutes later, I'd never have seen her again. Then I found out the bus to Denver was delayed due to snow and wasn't going anywhere for at least 2 days. She hurried over to the ticket counter and had my ticket changed to Des Moines, Iowa, where she was going, so I wouldn't be trapped in St. Louis for 2 days. We spent the next 4 days getting to know each other, then I continued home. We had a long-distance relationship for about 6 months until I came home permanently, by which time she had moved to Denver and rented an apartment. We got married 3 years later and have been together 10 years total. Story 3. After 4 years of no dating following a crushing breakup, a mutual friend called to my attention that she was into me. I was oblivious. I didn't know her very well, but I was ready to try again. I wasn't even sure I was very attracted to her, but I figured it couldn't hurt to go out on a date with a nice girl. We hit it off.
Wait, what did you just say?
I didn't know her very well, but I was total. Story 3. After 4 years of no dating following a crushing breakup, a mutual friend called to my attention that she was into me. I was oblivious.
Okay.
I didn't know her very well, but I was ready to try again.
What's that thing up, man?
Very attracted to her, but I figured it couldn't hurt to go out on
So
a
what
date
I'm
with a
saying
nice
is,
girl.
basically the girls are shooting this shot.
Pretty shy, which is why she said she had never had the courage to try to talk to me. During the course of the first date, I'm slowly realizing she's amazing. Many years later, now we have 2 kids, and there's just a lot of love in our lives. Story 4. At a garage sale. Well, technically my mom's garage sale. My father was a hoarder, but not of old newspapers or glass bottles or garbage. He hoarded consumer goods. Tools, CDs, home improvement stuff, camping gear, hunting and fishing stuff. The man had piles and piles of it stuffed in his home. Most of it pretty high quality, and all bought on clearance. The old man was a sucker for a deal, even if he didn't have a use for it.
Yo, gang, you're getting off topic, bro. Fuck. Hold on.
And all bought
Don't believe I read that wrong.
The old man was a sucker for a deal, even if he didn't have a use for it. After he passed away...
Now I just feel like an asshole. As soon as I said, yo, you're getting out of the fucking topic, bring somebody's father. Yo, my bad, bro. Rest in peace. God damn it. It's like the worst fucking timing, too.
Stock of overstocked goods large enough to open a store, so we sold it at rock-bottom prices in the front yard, as is tradition. It was a miserably hot summer's day. My mom requested that I come over and help because the house was on a well-trafficked street and the sheer volume of stuff meant that there would be a ton of people. She was right. There'd been a zillion people the day before, and though we sold a lot of stuff, there was much more yet to go. And this day I put up an ad on Craigslist. And it was even busier. It was a long day of haggling with strangers, but at the end of the day, we'd sold up to 90% of the load, and we were just getting ready to close up and celebrate our success with pizza. Then this car pulls up, and out hops this gorgeous girl. She starts poking around in the CDs first, finds a couple she loves, then waves me over and starts asking about some she's unfamiliar with. Think she thought that since she'd found a few things she liked, the stuff she hadn't heard might be in the same vein, not knowing it was purchased indiscriminately from bargain bins all over town. I answer best I can. I hadn't heard most of them, but I was able to steer her to a couple she might enjoy. We kept chatting, and I sort of showed her around in between helping other people who kept showing up. There was definitely an instant attraction and some really great conversation. She had to get going, so I made her a sweetheart deal on the stuff and helped her to her car. She got in and drove away, and then I realized I hadn't gotten her number. My brother
She
and
played
my
you.
neighbor had a field day at my stupidity, but she told me where she worked, at the restaurant down the road, and she told me the days she was usually scheduled for. So I did something very unusual for me, and I
Okay, I see.
Friday
Bro,
afternoons
like, I would have done that. That's
I
not my
would
body.
always
Yeah,
ask
maybe I
to sit
would.
in
Nah,
her
I don't think I would.
section.
That's
The
too much
food
for
was
pussy.
terrible, but she'd stop and chat as long as it wasn't busy, and I caught her admiring a few times. So on my
You caught her what?
drive over to my office and sit in her section. The food was terrible, but she'd stop and chat as long as it wasn't busy, and I caught her admiring.
I caught her Myron. Does that mean you caught her looking at you sometimes? I caught her Myron a few times. I don't know. Maybe.
So, on my third visit, I told her I'd love to see more of her and ask for her number. 10 years, a marriage, and
Damn.
a child, and we're still head over heels for each other. I guess I owe my dad for the posthumous hookup. Story 5. I've known this
Just
girl
think your
for
dad
a
for
decade
dying?
now, which I have had a crush on for the longest time. Just recently, in a drunken state, she confessed she's been in love with me for years.
Oh, wow.
And yet every time the topic has come up about relationships,
What if you could taste the meat?
Okay, Shawty's drunk. That sounds like a horrible style. Yo, Shawty's drunk because she just told you she had feelings for you, bro. She pretty much said that's not what she's not telling the truth.
but not anymore. As of tomorrow, I'm going to try
No.
and ask her out. I've never been so scared in all my life. Pray for me. Update 1. I decided to send her a link to the thread for a topic starter, then, like an awkward cliche, continued to ask her out over Messenger. Her reply was for me to wait until she has properly woken up and had cuddles from her cat. Now, we play the try not to have a panic attack while waiting game. I'll update you guys again in a few hours. Update 2. It's a complete role reversal. She's now worried about what if it doesn't work out. She wants to talk in person now.
Oh,
Hopefully we can
God.
hash it out today. Final update. We're all going to be left in suspense.
Wait, what?
Due to crappy luck, our talk won't be happening until the weekend. I might make a post about it on Reddit somewhere after it's ended with the final verdict, but until then, we wait. Another update. We finally managed to get a day off work and meet up. The talk mostly consisted of us going round in circles, so to cut a very long story short, she didn't want to say yes because of the fact that she's ultimately scared that nothing will change between us. She's scared that if the relationship doesn't work out, it will end up ruining our friendship and I'll just be like another one of her exes. However, she didn't say no either, so I might still have a chance. Thank you for all of the support. I've never felt so determined, and it's all because of you guys. Story 6. The thing with introverts is, it's difficult to keep conversation going. Until, that is, you find this one subject that they're most passionate about. It's not long ago I shared how I met my husband. He's the introvert. He kept coming into the bar I worked, and I kept asking him questions trying to get a conversation going. But I kept hitting a wall. It didn't stop me from trying, though. It confuses me to think back
Great
on
confidence
because I was
right there.
also very annoyed with him. But anyway, after asking about so many things, I finally, on day 4, asked him about books.
Yeah, I was like, you would have lost
Never
me.
shut his mouth after.
Yeah, I'm like, ah,
So, to all the
yeah,
introverts
I'm
out
not
there,
gonna lie, you
asking
would've lost my
questions is
ass.
difficult, but you're all passionate about something,
That's a
whatever it
fact.
is. Lead the conversation towards that one subject that you feel confident talking about. Then all the rest will come so much more easily. I can't believe my husband didn't ask, so do you read any books? Who's your favorite author? When he's so passionate about them. For 4 days, all we did was me, question, him, answer, me.
No, you can't tell me what the
question,
bar for next round.
Story
Damn,
7.
gang.
I met her at a gaming club. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons. She was hanging out with the MTG crowd. She caught my eye
The
from
fuck is
afar.
that?
Being an introvert, I never went up to her. All my social energy was being spent on the
Yo, I
D&D.
went up to a
I-
girl once. Not gonna lie, bro. I went up to a girl once. I remember that shit like the back of my head. Sophomore year. You know, at lunch. It's lunchtime. I think lunch just ended. You know, we're still in the lunchroom. You know what I'm saying? She with her friend. I think her friends just left. You know, I waited. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm shooting my shot. I'm not gonna lie, but it was bad. Face was red. I'm like, oh my, yo, I was stuttering crazy. I stuttered bad. My face was red. I'm stuttering. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Shit ain't go too good. Okay, no, let me not say that now. No. The thing is, I could tell she had feelings for me. I liked her too. I could tell she liked me though, cause I caught her looking at me multiple times, and I'm glad she probably caught me looking at her. I shot my shot. I stuttering OD, face was going red and shit. I waited perfectly though to her friends. I saw her friends leave. I'm already nervous as hell. I'm not about to ask her what her friends did. Now, did she tell her friends? Probably. I'll be surprised if she didn't. But I waited. I asked her. She said no. I think she said she was grounded and that she didn't have her phone. Which, to be fair, I don't think she was lying because I had a class with her and I didn't see her on her phone. When I sat in lunch, where I sat and she sat wasn't really that far from each other. I never saw Shawty on her phone for I'm talking about like a month or two. I don't know what the fuck she could have possibly done to get her phone taken away for that long. But I did not see her with her phone at all. So I don't know what the fuck she did to get for her to lose her phone for months. But I didn't. She told me she don't got her phone. Said she's grounded, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. She for sure said she don't got her phone with her. I think she did say she was grounded. I was like, damn. Then I went up about my day, bruh. You overthink it when it happens, but once you're done, you really don't think about that shit. When you think about it, but it's really just the back of your mind. Like, you don't really think about that shit anymore. Yo. No, back to the story. I asked her. She ain't say yes. She ain't say no, though. Not gonna lie, I never spoke to her again after that. Now, I was like, yo, I shot my shot, bro. Now, once she get her phone back, if she want to, she can come up to me. I was like, yo, I'm cool. But first time asking a girl that, I almost did it once. I think my junior year, I pussied out though. I'm not gonna lie, I did pussy out. I was too pussy, bro. I ain't have it in me. Like, you gotta wait another 3 years for me to be able to do it again. Okay, no, that's go deep, but I was too pussy, bro. I think my junior saw it, and it wasn't the same girl. I was thinking of junior. It was different class. She looked good, but like she had curly hair, like I guess orangey hair. She played soccer. No, like she looked good. She looked good. Yo, that sophomore year though, I asked her out. She said no. Now the thing is, technically, I guess I did get rejected, but I really did. I don't think she was lying about her not having her phone, cause she did not have that shit for months. Like she didn't have that shit for months. Like she did not have that shit. Like yo, I don't know what the fuck she could have possibly done for her not be able to get on her phone for months. Her parents must have been strict as hell. After that, I never asked her again, even when I did see her with her phone. Because I remember, I would like, okay, I wouldn't say I checked, but I would see her in class or during lunch, and I never saw her with her phone for like months. It was chilling. I was like, okay. I was like, damn. When I was like, damn. Now, did she just make up an excuse? No, I don't think she did, though. Like I said, I never saw her phone. I was like, okay, hold on. I remember next day I didn't see her phone. I was seeing her on the phone mad day. I was like, hold on. She might not have been lying. I don't think this was that bad. Because I was so, okay, I wasn't confident. I was confident that she had feelings on me. Because I had dad caught her looking at me before in class. I was looking at her too. I'm like, she probably caught me too. But, she looked good. Nah, the shot sadly didn't go in. Nah, if I'm being honest with you, I do think that bitch would have went in if she wasn't grounded. No, this dope. That bitch would have for sure got in if I wasn't grounded, bro. I mean, if she wasn't grounded. So that wasn't that bad. Ever since then, I had not no girl out. Almost did junior year, I think, or maybe senior year. I like the same girl for junior year. Junior year, senior year, I like the same girl. She looked good. Curly hair, orange hair, played soccer. I played soccer too. So I was like, she looked good. Never shot my. I almost did. I was a couple times I almost did. I was like, hey, I'm gonna do it. I was like, nah, that's not my body. Nah. And if that bitch don't go, nah, yo, no. Also, main reason why I was thinking about, if that shit don't go in, now I know more people. Seems like sophomore year, I ain't really know anybody. Now, I ain't really had no friends during high school. I'm keep a buck with you, bro. I really didn't. I kind of just did it myself. It wasn't even the fact that I am a nervous motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie, but it was just stating myself. It's like, yo, bro, I've changed school twice. I've went to a different school. My first, first, I moved during my freshman year. Then I went to that school freshman, then a bit of sophomore year. Then I moved to a different school. Then I moved to a different school again my junior year. And I was the same people because it was just close to my house, but still some different people. I was like, alright, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I just don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna yo, I'm not I'm just gonna stay to myself, be on my phone and shit. That's really what I did. Now, thing is, let's say I did shoot my shot. If that bitch didn't go in, she play soccer, I play soccer. She tell her friends. If that bitch don't go in, she tell her friends. She always go tell her friends. Her friends probably tell some of my teammates. It's GG's. I'm telling you right now, bro, I'm getting clowned. Now, probably wouldn't last long. But hey, I was not confident whatsoever junior year. Junior year, oh my god, I was probably the lowest confidence I've ever been in my life. If I'm being honest with you. So yeah, that was cooked. Senior year, I ain't really give a fuck anymore. I was like, yo, it's my senior year. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do me. Fuck all that. But I was out. It was too late. I was like, then junior year, I was like, yo, let's say I do after. Like, I'm moving at the end of the year. There's no point. It's really no point. I don't, yeah. Senior year, at that point, I was just like, yo, there's no point in me asking her out. Let's say she do say yes. There's no point. I know I'm moving at the end of the year. I don't know where the fuck she going. I know I'm moving though. Ain't no point. It was chilling. That's really the story though, bro. I shot my shot once. That shit didn't go in. That shit did not go in. No, it was okay. Let me not say it was that bad, because it really wasn't. That bitch probably would have went in if Shotty ain't get grounded though. Keep that in the back of your head. She ain't guarantee you she was grounded. Now I believed it because she was never on the phone. So I guarantee you that shit would have gone in if she wasn't grounded. So yeah. Basically, moral of the story is I'm him. Because I really want 1-for-1. Nah, I mean moral of the story is not that is that bitch technically would have gone in if she ain't word.
Had none left to leave my close friend group and greet someone new. There's one hobby.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, fuck this video. 17 minutes in, tell a bit of stories, told a little bit about I told a story about myself. Fuck it, we good, bruh. W stream, let's end this bitch here, bruh. It's gonna keep on going, but you know what, we good. 17, 18 minutes. Reacted a bit of this video. Told a little story and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Should keep it creepy girl story. Oh, hell no. Fuck on her.